You wake up, check your phone, slam some caffeine, and tell yourself, I just need to work harder. But deep down, you're starting to notice something. The harder you grind, the less you seem to move. It's like running on a treadmill, all motion, no progress. And if you're honest, you've been stuck in that loop for a long time. Everyone told you that hard work equals success. But what if that's the biggest lie keeping you broke, burned out, and blind to what actually creates wealth? Because the truth is, most people aren't failing from lack of effort. They're failing because their energy and direction are off. They're sprinting down the wrong road with pride in their exhaustion. You've been told to hustle. You've been told to grind. You've been told that if you just keep pushing, something will eventually click. But that, eventually, never comes. And what most people don't realize is that the grind is a system, not a mindset. The grind was designed to keep you producing more while believing you're progressing. But the world doesn't reward effort. It rewards results. The people who seem effortlessly wealthy, the ones who look calm while the world's in chaos, they're not grinding harder. They're thinking differently. They're working from intention, not insecurity. Most people live in survival mode. They confuse motion with progress. They confuse exhaustion with purpose. They confuse productivity with alignment. It's not your fault. You were programmed this way, by schools that rewarded obedience instead of innovation, by jobs that paid you for your time instead of your value, and by social media that made burnout look like ambition. But here's the truth. Most will never realize. Grinding doesn't change your identity. It only magnifies what you already believe about yourself. If deep down you still believe you're not enough, no amount of hustle will fix that. You can't outwork a limiting belief. You have to outgrow it. Every action you take carries energy. When you grind from fear, fear of falling behind, fear of being broke, fear of being forgotten, you emit scarcity. And scarcity repels abundance. You can't build wealth from panic. You can't manifest freedom from desperation. Because the universe doesn't respond to effort. It responds to energy. Think of it like tuning a radio. If your station is fear, no matter how loud you crank the volume, all you get is static. But when you align your frequency with peace, gratitude, and clarity, everything starts to move differently. Opportunities appear. Ideas flow. Money follows purpose instead of panic. This isn't magic. It's science. Your brain literally filters reality based on your emotional state. It's called the reticular activating system. When you operate from scarcity, your brain only sees proof that there's never enough. But when you operate from calm certainty, your brain starts showing you paths to expansion. It starts finding solutions instead of problems. That's why some people seem lucky. They're not lucky. They're aligned. They're working from inspiration, not exhaustion. They're in the flow of creation, where less effort produces more results. Here's the secret nobody talks about. The system wants you grinding. It wants you tired. It wants you distracted. Because tired people spend more money trying to feel alive. The 9-to-5 life was never designed to make you free. It was designed to make you comfortable enough not to rebel. Banks don't want you debt-free. They want you loyal. Credit card companies don't want you wealthy. They want you emotionally impulsive. Advertisers don't want you fulfilled. They want you insecure enough to keep buying. Every time you say, I'm just hustling for now, the system smiles, because for now usually turns into forever. You've probably heard the word leverage thrown around. It sounds powerful. It sounds smart. But most leverage is just a leash. 5 times leverage works great, until it doesn't. When markets crash, when rates rise, when jobs vanish, that same leverage becomes your prison. Dave Ramsey says it best. Debt is a thief. It steals your future. Because the truth is, the system profits when you chase shortcuts. Freedom beats leverage, peace beats yield, and sleep beats stress every single time. Wealth isn't about how much you make. It's about how much peace you keep. You don't have to escape the grind by quitting your job or running to Bali. You escape it by changing your relationship with effort. Stop worshiping hustle. Start mastering alignment. Step 1. Get clear on what you actually want. Not what looks successful, not what everyone else wants. Clarity is power. Confusion is expensive. Step 2. Get out of debt. You can't manifest abundance while dragging chains behind you. Debt keeps you tied to fear. Pay it off. Live below your means. Take back your breathing room. Step 3. Automate wealth. Stop managing chaos. Start designing systems. Budget, invest, simplify. Let discipline handle what your emotions used to control. Step 4. Raise your frequency. Do what makes you feel alive. Move your body. Meditate, create, laugh. Money flows where your attention goes. If your attention is on lack, that's what multiplies. If your attention is on gratitude, that's what expands. Step 5. Detach from outcomes. You don't have to force everything. When your vision is clear and your actions are aligned, the universe meets you halfway. You'll know you're aligned when life feels lighter, not heavier. You've been taught that success takes grind, but wealth takes growth. The real work is internal. The external follows naturally, so start reprogramming the way you think. First, awareness. Catch yourself when you equate busyness with value. Ask yourself, am I doing this from fear or from flow? Second, release. Stop romanticizing struggle. Struggle isn't noble, it's expensive. You don't earn your worth through exhaustion. Third, rewire. Build habits that match the life you actually want. Read wealth books, listen to calm voices. Surround yourself with people who value peace more than appearance. Every time you rest, reflect, or invest, you're teaching your subconscious that abundance doesn't require stress. You're training your nervous system to know that safety exists without scarcity. When your body relaxes, your creativity rises. When creativity rises, income follows. Because money is just a mirror of your energy. You can't attract wealth you don't feel worthy of. You can't keep wealth you don't feel peaceful with. You were never meant to grind forever. You were meant to grow. And growth doesn't mean constant motion. It means conscious expansion. Rest isn't quitting. Rest is a wealth skill. It's your way of telling the universe, I trust my direction. When you're constantly hustling, you're sending out panic signals. But when you move intentionally, you're broadcasting power. That's why the richest people often seem the calmest. Because they learned that true wealth is created in stillness, not struggle. Think about this. The moments when you've had your best ideas, your biggest breakthroughs, your clearest clarity. They never came when you were frantic. They came when you were still. Silence doesn't mean nothing is happening. It means everything is aligning. The people who can't slow down don't trust their foundation. But the people who move with patience are building legacies. You don't need to grind harder. You need to think higher. You need to believe bigger. And you need to move smarter. The grind is a prison disguised as progress. And the moment you stop glorifying it, you start reclaiming your life. When you shift from fear to focus, from force to flow, everything changes. You stop chasing money, and money starts chasing you. You stop begging for validation, and start embodying value. You stop looking for opportunity, and start becoming it. You become magnetic. You become powerful. You become free. That's the secret every millionaire eventually learns. You don't become wealthy by doing more. You become wealthy by becoming more. Because wealth isn't something you chase, it's something you align with. When your mindset is calm, your systems are clean, and your energy is clear, you stop grinding. You start growing. And when you grow, everything around you transforms. Your relationships, your confidence, your creativity, your income, all of it expands effortlessly. So if you're tired of grinding and getting nowhere, remember this. The world doesn't pay you for how hard you work. It pays you for how clearly you think. Take a breath. Recenter. Realign. Start living like your future self already exists. Because it does. You just need to slow down long enough to meet them. Stop grinding. Start creating. Stop chasing. Start becoming. This is how you escape the illusion of progress and step into real wealth. Because wealth isn't the result of stress. It's the result of strategy, mindset, and peace. And that's the game most people never learn to play. You've worked hard long enough. Now it's time to work right. Welcome to the next level of your evolution. Welcome to Luxona, where millionaires are made.